True or false? Many women don't burn for their husbands anymore. From my perspective, I'm going to say this is true, but I'd love to hear yours in the comments. Maybe it's just as simple to say that they don't burn like they first did or that they used to burn. And it's not just about hormones or time or kids or routines. It's about how we love and how we were loved. Today, we're talking sacred desire. Yes, we are going there because intimacy isn't supposed to be a checklist. It's meant to feel magnetic, electric, and alive. This one's for men and women, for the bride and the bridegroom, for the lovers, the seekers, the married, and the waiting. It's about mystery, magnetism, and the sacred yes that makes love holy. So, men, how do you help her burn again? Women, how do you reignite what's sacred and spicy in you? This one is for anyone who believes there's more to love than comfort and compromise. For anyone craving connection, a connection that doesn't fizzle, but flares, it's on fire. Hello, love, and welcome back to the Elle Daily Podcast. You're tuning in to our off limit series where we dive into everything love, identity, faith, desire, and all the spicy things that don't always make it to Sunday brunch. I'm your host, Ellen Roers, and today we're going deep, spiritually deep, sensually deep, soulfully deep. But before we dive in, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, or send this to someone who might need a little sacred spice in their life. Now, let's go deeper into the mystery, the beauty, and the sacred yes at the heart of intimacy. So I want to start us with the Song of Songs, The Gaze of the Bridegroom. I just read that today. So if you've never read it, go ahead and treat yourself. It's ancient Hebrew poetry, and it's a little steamy in the most elegant, soul-honoring way. It's not pornographic, of course. It's poetic. It's not about possession. It's about praise. The man in the poem calls her a garden, a locked fountain, a lily among thorns. He doesn't just want her body, but he beholds her. And that right there, that's the key. Women don't want to be used. We want to be seen. Pope John Paul II, in his groundbreaking work, Theology of the Body, which I absolutely love. I don't know if you haven't checked it out, check it out. But he wrote something, the opposite of love is not hate, it is use. So I always think that's a really important quote. The opposite of love is not hate, it is use. And another quote from him that I really love, man, so when I say man, man or women, must learn to see with the heart to recognize the full truth of the other person. So that brings me to the gaze of the bridegroom. It's not ownership, it's awe. So when a woman feels like she's looked at in awe, that is a good feeling. That's love. So let's talk a little bit about the mystery of the feminine. Us feminine women, well, we're all any woman is feminine, but I'm going to say there's something inherently magic or magnetic too. It's magic, magnetic about us women. It's in our mystery, her softness, the way she holds back just enough to make you want to come closer. It's not a game, it's her nature. A woman who keeps part of herself sacred, unspoken, unseen, and isn't hiding. She's just glowing. That mystery is not meant to frustrate a man. It's meant to call something higher to him, something higher out of him. It's not domination, not control, but pursuit. It's honor, it's curiosity. And for the women listening, don't be afraid of being mysterious. Let your presence linger. Let your energy speak. Let your no be holy and your yes be sacred. So let's go into a little bit of the sacred sexy. I want to talk a bit about spice, sacred sexuality, sacred sensuality, because let's be honest, so many women feel disconnected. There's just so much going on in their lives. They're doing so much. And in the rat race of life, it's hard to connect to their desire. So they're feeling so disconnected from their desire. They love their husband, but they don't maybe burn for him. They don't desire him. And sometimes I'm just guessing, it's because they feel more like it's a duty versus a delight. And I'm just seeing this on the outside. I've never been married, so I'm just a very observing, intuitive person. And it's even from some of the different social media things I see out there. I'm like, wow, these women are feeling so much duty rather than delight. So I thought it was a really good topic to bring up on a podcast, something that's maybe off limits that we don't talk about. So, ladies, here's a permission slip for you. I want to give you this honor to say you don't owe anyone your body, not even in a marriage. And that's what this Song of Songs is about. But yet, I will say, when you feel cherished, when you feel chosen, when you feel safe, your body will want to say yes. So we got to help the men do that to make you feel cherished, to make you feel chosen, to make you feel safe. That is my goal with this podcast, is to really help men see the beauty in women and women to see the beauty in the men. So here's the thing, because the truth is we are designed for love. Men are too, right? But women, yes, we're absolutely designed for love and to love without obligation. I mean, yes, obligation is a huge part of marriage and families, but what about just loving to love? So here's another sacred yes. Pope John II wrote this as well in the Theology of the Body. Even within marriage, a woman has the right to choose again, to give herself freely without coercion. Without coercion, that's key. And that's always as a gift. It's a gift to be, to give herself, to receive him. And that's what makes love sacred. Not that it's automatic, but that it's chosen again and again and again. Every time a man touches his wife, he's not just reaching for her skin. He's asking, can I come close? Will you let me in? And her yes, when it's real, is radiant. It's not owed, it's given. So there's something great for a man when he feels like, oh, she really is feeling desire for me right now. I mean, just think of how that will feel when a woman feels cherished and chosen, and then the man feels desired. It's not like, oh, she's just doing this out of obligation. Because heck, I wouldn't want to be a man just having sexual relations with my wife, or we're just doing it to do it. And she's just like, okay, here's your happy Wednesday. You know, I think the more that a woman feels cherished and chosen and can feel that desire for her man, the better. So it's almost more like she's saying yes. You as a woman get to say yes because you want to, not because you feel like you should. It's radiant, right? So let's talk about the truth that no one wants to say out loud. Sometimes, and we know this happens, this was my true or false question, desire fades. Not because love is gone, love is there, but maybe because the connection has dulled. And that happens. Again, we've got so many things on our plates. We're sometimes too much in our testosterone, ladies. We're not in our estrogen level. Estrogen helps us to feel good. And for men, they need to be more in their testosterone to feel good. So there's just so much that has really dulled the connection. And electronics has a big part of that too. But let's say this, for women, desire isn't always spontaneous, can be responsive. So what I love about us is, you know, she doesn't burn out of nowhere. She burns when she's seen, heard, and held. So this, man, is for you. Man, if you want your wife to want you, remember this. Foreplay starts long before the bedroom. You can't just do a little boop boop with her boobs or her butt and grab her. It's a lot more than that, especially kind of just knowing her cycle, knowing what she needs, knowing her emotions. You know, it could be as simple as just taking her car to fill it up with gas and getting a car washed, or it could be just making sure that you're putting your clothes away and helping out as much as you can. You know, if you see something, you get back from your guy's day or your guy's event and you see that she's been with the kids all evening, what could you do to help? Do the dishes need to be washed? Do you maybe need to fold some laundry? What is it? That is foreplay, men. Women love that type of foreplay. So foreplay starts way before the bedroom. It starts with how you look at her, how you help her, how you listen, how you make her feel, and absolutely that bit of feeling sacred to you. She wants to feel like your prize, your possession. And I shouldn't say your possession, but your prize possession. Like, I love this woman more than my golf clubs. I don't know what made me think of that. And for us women, it's okay to want more. we can crave that mystery again, to let your body be awakened to beauty and touch and trust. There's no shame in saying, I want to burn for him. I want to be wanted and I want it to return, and it can. And I'll get into some things about how I can help with that. But I'm going back into, some other aspects that I picked up today in my reading was creating from the womb. And actually, my sister-in-law sent me a really cool podcast that I loved it for this very reason. So even if you're not a mother, like for myself, I can't have kids, but we can still create. And actually, this sounds funny. Men have that ability to create too. So it's not just a woman thing, but creating from the womb. Your womb is a symbolic of life, vision, artistry, and intuition. We all have it, that vision, the artistic side. So it's where we birth ideas, birth energy, you birth environments. That creative feminine energy is sacred. So us feminine definitely have it. And men have it. We see it. They birth great environments in the garage. They have their different ways. Maybe it's the lawn. We all have a creative feminine energy. And I like to just re-stress, men, don't forget you have that creative too. Not maybe as much from the room, but from your presence, from what you protect, from what you build. And this is as simple as protecting your wife and cherishing her, being creative with how you can do that. I mean, that's the fun of like, how can I create a happy home, a great environment? So when we honor that, we co-create something holy, not just babies, right? It isn't just about creating babies, because this intimacy can happen throughout the entire marriage. So not just the womb of creating a baby's, but beauty. And that is even what I remind myself, since, I don't have kids, or I've never used my womb for motherhood, but I have for creating beauty, the artistic beauty and relationships and my creativity. So couple other little sacred words and wisdom from the saints. I love my saints. So I'll leave you with a few lines from Saint Teresa of Avila, who once said, Christ has no body but yours, no hands, no feet on earth but yours. Yours are the eyes with which he looks compassion on this world. So what if we treated each other's bodies, especially in love, as a sacred ground? So being able to look at, even for your spouse, as a soul sovereign body, and you're looking at them as a friend and like what their needs are before you even come together in the relationship. I think that's where I've been very blessed over the years to just be in my soul self. I do think relationships are the best way that we grow and we learn. So I do want that. And I think relationships really teach us to grow. So I'm missing out on that in my life. But what I do know is having all these years by myself and my sovereignty, I really think I'm going to need to find a partner that gets that can see me as the sacred self before the two of us as a couple together. And so this is just a friendly reminder to, when you have the joy of being in a relationship, husband and wife, to really honor each other and see each other as the individual selves, and, how you can be separate as a pair, and what do you need as an individual woman, as an individual man. And now we come together as this beautiful couple. So it's a sacred thing. So especially in love and a commitment between husband and wife. So what's off limits today? Did I even bring that up? No, not yet. So using love as a transaction, that's off limits. Oops, sorry, is my timer. Expecting desire without devotion, that's off limits. So you can't desire someone without devoting to them, and assuming intimacy is guaranteed instead of graciously given. So yeah, I just want us to look at it more as not a transaction, not an obligation, but truly a desire, and you're devoted, a devoted desire, and just really being able to give to each other. So here's some reflecting questions to end on our podcast. Do you cherish your partner as a whole being, or reduce them to a role? Are you cherishing your partner as a whole being, or are you reducing them to a role? Men, do you still pursue her? That's important. What are you doing if so? And maybe you're thinking, yeah, this is what I do, but is there something else I could be doing? Maybe even ask her, honey, what is it that makes you feel pursued? It's a really important question. And women, do you honor the mystery in you and let it shine? Do you allow for him to pursue you a bit? Sometimes we can be a bit more mysterious. Maybe you go find, take a hot bubble bath, shave your legs, pick out a sexy outfit you feel good in, maybe a new perfume, scented oil, something to feel a little mystery yourself and just let it shine. So we'll end it there. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. And if this episode stirred something spicy or sacred in it and sacred in you, share it with a friend, a spouse, a partner, maybe even someone you've just met. This world needs more sacred love. So let's be brave to talk about it, the sacred sensuality. Until next time, I'm Ellen, and this was Off Limits. Sending you lots of love. Bye.